Hello and welcome to video 2 for Unit 5. This video is all about positive psychology. By the end of this video, you should be able to answer the following questions. How does positive psychology approach the study of behavior and mental processes? And how do positive subjective experiences apply to behavior and mental processes? To begin, we're going to explore a branch of psychology that focuses on what makes life worth living. It's called positive psychology. Instead of studying mental illness or problems, it looks at what helps people flourish. Things like happiness, strengths, and resilience. This field was founded by Martin Seligman, who wanted to shift psychology's focus from just treating disorders to also understanding what makes people thrive. It's not about ignoring the problems, but about building the skills and mindsets that lead to a fulfilling life. Honestly, I look at positive psychology kind of as the puppies and rainbows of the psychology field. One key idea in positive psychology is the PERMA model, which highlights 5 factors that contribute to well-being. Positive emotion, so experiencing joy, gratitude, love. Engagement, being fully absorbed in meaningful activities. Relationships, building strong connections with other people. Meaning, finding purpose in what we do. And accomplishment, working toward and achieving goals. Research shows that when people focus on these 5 areas, they tend to lead happier and more fulfilling lives. Positive psychology isn't just ignoring the struggles that we have. It's about recognizing our strengths and using those to overcome the challenges that we face. So let's look at positive emotions. When psychologists measure happiness, they don't just look at wealth or success. Instead, they focus on subjective well-being, which is a person's self-perceived happiness and life satisfaction. It's how you feel about your own life rather than what others might assume based on external factors. For example, 2 people might have the same income and lifestyle, but one feels fulfillment while the other one feels stress and dissatisfaction. This shows that happiness is not just about circumstances, it's about how we interpret those experiences and those circumstances. One aspect of positive emotions is the feel-good, do-good phenomenon. Research shows that when people experience happiness, so when we are happy, we tend to be more generous, kind, and willing to help. So if you were to ask someone who is feeling happy if they want to volunteer for your activity, they would probably say yes. Subjective well-being also has to take into account the idea of the adaptation level phenomenon. This is the idea that we tend to adjust to new experiences quickly, and what once made us happy becomes our new baseline. This explains why people often chase happiness through material things but don't stay satisfied for long. We always adapt and want more. Understanding this can help us focus on long-term sources of happiness like relationships and purpose, rather than those short-term pleasures. Relative deprivation is when we feel worse off because we're comparing ourselves to someone who has more. Even if our life is objectively good, we might feel unhappy if we see others doing better. For example, if you're happy with your salary, but then you find out that your coworker makes more for the same job, you might suddenly feel underpaid, even if nothing changed about your actual situation. Social media also plays a big role in this, as people often compare their lives to the highlight reels that they see online. In positive psychology, Martin Seligman and Christopher Peterson developed a system called the Values in Action, or VIA, classification of strengths and virtues. This framework identifies 6 universal character strengths that help people lead meaningful and fulfilling lives. Let's look at each of them. The first is wisdom. Wisdom involves using knowledge and experience to make good decisions. It includes things like creativity, curiosity, open-mindedness, a love of learning, and perspective. For example, a wise person doesn't just memorize facts, they know how to apply their knowledge to solve real-life situations. The next is courage. Courage is about facing challenges and fears with strength. It includes bravery, perseverance, honesty, and zest or enthusiasm for life. A courageous person stands up for what is right, even when it's difficult, and keeps going even when the things get tough. The third is humanity. Humanity is all about kindness and connection with others. It includes love and kindness and social intelligence. Someone strong in humanity treats others with compassion, builds deep relationships, and understands emotions, both their own emotions and other people's emotions. Number 4 is justice. Justice focuses on fairness and leadership. A just person treats people equally, values honesty, and works to create fairness in their community or workplace. 5 is temperance. Temperance is about self-control and managing your impulses. It includes forgiveness, humility, prudence, which is making careful decisions, and self-regulations. Someone strong in temperance doesn't let emotions control them. They stay balanced and thoughtful, even in stressful situations. And finally, number 6 is transcendence. Transcendence helps people feel connected to something greater than themselves. It includes the appreciation of beauty, gratitude, hope, humor, and spirituality. People with strong transcendence find meaning in life, stay hopeful during hard times, and appreciate the beauty in the world. These 6 characteristics can be identified and help people lead meaningful and fulfilling lives. Next, let's talk about resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges, setbacks, or stress. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but about learning to adapt and grow from them. Positive psychology promotes resilience by focusing on those strengths that we just talked about, optimism, and coping strategies. Instead of dwelling on failure, resilient people use positive emotions, social support, and problem-solving skills to move forward. For example, someone who fails a test might either see it as proof that they're smart or as a challenge to study differently next time. Positive psychology helps shift our mindset to see setbacks as opportunity for growth rather than permanent failures. We use the term growth mindset to help us understand this. One key way to build resilience is through gratitude, optimism, and strong relationships. All of these help people handle stress more effectively.